The first time I heard my farm had been sold, I thought it was a scam. You get those messages, sometimes fake notices, weird emails, people claiming ownership of things they've never even seen. I almost deleted it without opening it. But something about the wording made me pause. Transfer completed. Not pending, not processing. Completed. I opened the document and just sat there because it wasn't fake. It was formatted like a real filing. County header, parcel numbers, legal descriptions, even signatures. At least what looked like signatures. My land, all 3,500 acres of it, listed as transferred to a development group I'd never heard of. For a moment I didn't react. Not anger, not panic, just stillness. Because something that big doesn't happen by accident. So I did the only thing that made sense. I verified it. I called the county office directly, not the number on the document, the actual office. Asked for the records tied to my property. There was a pause on the line. Then the clerk said, "Yes, you do show a recent transfer on file." That's when it got real.
Duh.
Under what authority? I asked. Another pause. Papers shuffling. Submitted documentation appears complete, she said. Signed authorization notarized. I thanked her, hung up, and stared at the wall for a second. Because now I knew two things. One, someone had filed this, and two, they were about to regret it. I drove into town that afternoon. Didn't go home. Didn't wait. Straight to someone who deals with this kind of thing every day. Real estate attorney. I handed over the documents, let him read through everything without saying a word. He didn't take long. "This is fraud," he said flatly. I nodded. I figured he flipped through a few more pages, then stopped. "And whoever did this didn't even try to be subtle," he added. That part didn't surprise me, because I already had a strong suspicion who was behind it. The HOA, or more specifically, the people running it. They'd been pushing hard for months. Offers to integrate my land into their development. Talks about turning it into a resort, shared community space, luxury expansion. I said no, every time. Apparently, they decided to skip that step, so we started digging. The paperwork trail led exactly where I expected. The buyer was a shell company tied directly to members of the HOA board. The signatures? Forged. Not even good forgeries. Just confident ones. The kind you make when you think no one's going to check. They filed it, pushed it through. And then they started acting like it was real. That was the part that shocked me, because within days of that filing, they had already moved forward. Survey markers placed. Equipment brought in. Even early-stage planning for roads and structures. On my land, like ownership was just a formality. I went out there, drove the full length of the property, and sure enough, there were crews, working, marking, measuring. I stepped out of the truck and walked straight up to the nearest group. "Who authorized this?" I asked. One of them looked up. "We've got documentation," he said. "Property's been sold?" "No," I said. "It hasn't." He shrugged. "We were told everything's cleared." Of course they were. I didn't argue with them. They weren't the problem. They were just following what they were given, so I left. Because again, this wasn't something you fix in the field. This was something you fix properly, thoroughly. The legal process moved fast. Faster than I expected, because the evidence was clear. Forgery. Fraudulent transfer. Unauthorized filing. Every piece of it documented.